Bali, adi ang time, ma'am, 11:45. So, adi pa din mo.
It's just me here.
Family and friends come together to relax, unwind, and enjoy watching the latest movies. This is Robinson's Movie World Radio.
It's just me here at the moment.
Providing you with the latest movie blockbusters to hit the Philippines.
Or maybe somebody's up there already.
Robinson's Movie World Radio.
So it hasn't started yet. I'm just gonna vlog for a little bit. So this is the cinema. This is the screen. It's quite big. Yeah. I don't see anybody in here yet, so it's quite freaky. I got my popcorn and then some drinks because, you know, she gets too thirsty quickly. And these are the steps up there. I want to sit somewhere in the middle so I could get like a full view or something. And
Sebastian, if you had just seen it up there. The ship rode on the wind, and they filled the sky with fire.
Okay, listen to me. The human world is a mess. Life under the sea is better than anything they got going on up there. On the shore they work all day. Out in the sun they slave away. While we devoting full time.
hi there. So I'm so pooped today. Although I just really wanted to take the time. I'm actually like having a little bit of Red Bull just to have some energy before I go to work today. But so I work at nighttime, and I just really wanted to talk about the movie before I become so lazy and not like make this vlog at all. So I just showered. It was just so humid today. But I genuinely feel so happy because I've been waiting to watch this film for a while now. And I think one of the most important things about this film is it's really an upgrade from the animated one. And I may be saying this thing that I'm about to say might be controversial and people might hate me. And I grew up with the animated movie, and my love for it is different than my love for this thing that I have just witnessed today. I mean, as you can see, I'm really obsessed with Hallie as Ariel, but the entire story just made more sense. I think this is the controversial thing that I'm gonna say. I feel like the 1989 animated film is a draft version, and then this Little Mermaid live action is the final version. Like, it's the most polished thing I've seen, and I don't understand when people say, oh, the CGI was terrible or whatever. I have never, like, I know when a CGI is bad. As an IT student before, I just know it when things are off. And I'm also a graphic designer and a digital artist, so I know when something is off. And this film is so smooth. It is beautiful beyond words, especially because I'm a person who loves the ocean. I love underwater stuff. I love being in the sea and all of that, but like to see it on the screen that way and how beautiful it was choreographed. Um, I'm almost speechless. Like I was talking about this movie with my boyfriend a while ago, and I guess one of the key points that I said to him was like how number one, each of the characters in this live action remake has more depth to them. Like Eric is not just that Prince Charming that our heroine is just gonna get at the end of the day. He's not just some trophy. He's somebody who has aspirations, has a background story, and also he's he's not just one dimensional compared to the Eric of the animated series who's just, trying to look for a girl. And Ariel, I think we all sort of knew that Hallie was gonna slay this role from the trailers, and how I guess one thing that I like about this entire thing also is how they marketed it. The marketing for this film is incredible. They did the whole 9 yards, the interviews, the TikToks, the screenings in different parts of the world. It's insane. And also with the character of Ariel, what was missing in the original was the accountability. Like, hey, I did all of these things. It seemed to me like Ariel on the 1989 film was she doesn't care about personal space and like respecting others, but this time around Ariel was more she absorbs the world so much that she knows how to, I would say, behave. um and yeah, the accountability that really struck a chord in my heart, because in that moment when her father was shrunk to dust by Ursula and then was brought back to life after Ursula was, killed. Um, that moment when Hallie's portrayal of Ariel just took accountability and said sorry with all the things that she has done. Um, that's just a different message. And also, again, there are so many things that they tweaked out from I wouldn't say so many, but there are things that they tweaked out of the original that just made sense. Like it wouldn't be necessary to have them in this live action remake. And so one of the things is like, the intro orchestra where Triton was, trying to have all of her daughters sing or whatever. It wouldn't make sense, but what they did in the new film is like there's a meeting because the coral moon is upcoming, and so I guess that just made more sense. Like there's a system here, there's a government, there's a kingdom, and in the kingdom there are rules, and all these things happen, and I guess where was I going with this? Yeah, anyway, so I guess it was really showing that there were two kingdoms, the human kingdom and the kingdom of the animals and the sea creatures. And it hit a little bit of a climate change, protect the planet Earth sort of thing, messaging in this film, because um, it gave more perspective on how devastating some of the actions of some humans affect underwater creatures. So that's also an impressive thing they did in this film. One thing I also noticed that they took out was the parts in Ursula's song "Poor Unfortunate Souls." There are parts in that original that wouldn't really sit well with people these days. Like that part when Ursula was coaching Ariel to, for the lack of a better word, pimp herself to Prince Eric is, I think some of you know what I'm talking about, that part when she's like body language and stuff like that. That's missing in the live action film. And I guess it just works because it's more tasteful. And again, this is one of the things that I was talking about with my partner a while ago. I was like, wow, like I knew Halle Bailey was gonna slay this, but Melissa McCarthy was insane. Like the way she speaks, the way she moves and behaves is just so insane and maniacal and so psychotic. And she just fits Ursula so well. And her voice, oh my God, like the song just, it just, the this live action remake, it's just a new life of its own from, the original. And I love the original, but this film is beyond. I would say, what were the other things that I liked? Well, of course, the Under the Sea. I don't think the Sebastian Flounder scuttle changes were jarring. I think they work well in the film, honestly. Um, I don't, yeah, the animation's really good. I would say it's not, it just works for me. Okay? Some people could like have their own opinions, but for me as a viewer and also somebody who consumes digital art and everything and movies, I just, it all works out for me. And that's just not me being biased because I love this film so much. It really works well. Just the storyline is spotless. There's just a few things that I did notice that I wouldn't say I did not like, could have been improved. Number one was some of the scenes, I don't know if it's just the cinema. Could have some of that Red Bull. I don't know if it's just the cinema, but some scenes were too dark. It's like, I don't know if you guys remember House of Dragon, and there were scenes where like doing stuff under nighttime. It's as dark as that, and I'm just like, I wish I'd see more detail. And then, in the ending, like, I don't know, there were some bits of the dialogue just felt like, I don't know, poking fun of some of the things they've said in the entire thing. I don't know. It just feels, I don't know what I was looking for, but I wouldn't say it's rushed, but it did make sense. I shed it. And again, with this entire film, I just shed some tears. Like there were just moments that like pinched my heart really. That part of that world moment is forever a reflection of me being an adventurous kid who always just wanted to break out. And I've done that. One thing that I've always carried in my heart is that Ariel has always been an inspiration for me to pave my own way. I think, with risks, you encounter things that wouldn't, I guess the only way to make the right decisions is to make mistakes from time to time. And in my entire life, I have done some cringy things. I've met with people who are like Ursula, and I've behaved unfairly to others as well. But I think with all those things tied up, I would love to believe I became a better person because now at least I can watch myself and say, hey, you need to dial it down. Hey, you need to, just chill and look, sit back in your chair and just like observe And yeah, also the scenes with Vanessa was insane. For the short amount of time she was on screen, she was giving it. And oh my god, let's not talk about Jonah Howard King because I'm gonna say some words that are not appropriate. But he's amazing singing. Just he, um yeah, he's just so handsome. I've seen some of his films before, the one with the guy in the Triangle of Sadness, what was his name? Dickinson something. Postcards to London, I think I've seen that film before, and Jonah is in that film. He's a, I don't know what word to use that's just like above greatness, because these people have owned the characters so much that I don't even know how to explain the chills that I was getting. And also Javier. Let me talk about Javier and his aura in this film. Like, that made me like hold on to my seats. Like, there was this point when he was like, this is in the later part of the film when Prince Eric saw him, and then he's just there underwater, and like he has this look in his face. And I was like, oh my God, it's like that feeling when you're seeing something you don't understand and it gives you like um the chills. Like you're looking at something that, whoa, oh my God. Like you can't process it. Like he has this aura about him in this film. He's so authoritative. He's like a mysterious figure that you're just like so in awe with. And yeah, oh my God, all of the casting is perfection. I can't say anything else, but the fact that this film is perfect. Yeah. Sorry, I just burped. I had curry for dinner. But yeah. Wow. So I just had to get that out of my chest before I continue with my day. I'm actually pretty tired. I shopped while I was at the mall and then walked around because I like being around people. Um, I have this thing where I'm like, I like being on my own bubble, but I like being surrounded by crowds. I don't know if people relate to that, but um, yeah, I feel content. I think happiness is just a word that, is fleeting. I would say I was happy today, but I'm so content with what I've had. The songs were amazing too. The soundtrack is amazing. Um, I can't say anything else. And these dolls, I mean, I have a few videos here on my channel about these dolls, but they're so amazing. Um, also oh yeah, so one thing about the clothes in this movies, they all made sense. They're like, it's not just some dress, it's not just some sandal. Like, it has some meaning to it. Um, so yeah. Oh wow. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking now and do some things, maybe wash some of our dishes and go back to my own world. But I'm so happy to be part of this live action remakes world. Um, I'm just so happy today, and yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching this little review that I've recorded out of nowhere. I mean, not really out of nowhere. I was thinking of doing this before I watched the film, but yeah, I I thank you so much, and I'll see you on some other reviews that I'll do on this channel. Bye.